session. We're having it every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. with our mentor who is guiding you in understanding how to add an AI service to your Future Ready Talent programs project. So as of 20th of November, the Future Ready Talent program has added an AI service component to your projects. So what exactly does that mean? If you're a first time project submitter. That means you have not submitted your project anytime before the 20th of November. For you, the AI service field is now a mandatory option. Sorry, a mandatory field. For those of you who are doing any resubmissions post 20th of November, for you, the AI service field is an optional field for you to complete. One call out, and I know we've been discussing this in a couple of other sessions as well. We are running a short time campaign in which the first 1,000 students to successfully submit their FRT project, that means get it approved, and it includes a valid AI service, you will be eligible to receive a Microsoft branded t-shirt from us. This short promotional campaign is subject to a couple of terms and conditions. If there are any doubts, you can write to our support desk and we will answer your questions regarding the short campaign. To introduce everyone on the call, my name is Nuria, and along with me, I have my colleagues Chaitanya, Akhila, as well as Vaishnavi. We are all part of the Future Ready Talent team and here to serve you and answer all of the questions that you might have. Before I hand it over and introduce our AI mentor, Ashok Pandey, who will be taking us through today's session, just a couple of housekeeping rules. Please do stay on mute unless you've been asked to come off on mute and ask a question. After Ashok is done with his presentation, we will open it up to question and answers where you'll be able to engage with him directly. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can either raise your hands or you can post your questions in the chat. And either myself or my teammates will get to your question as well. So with that, I'd like to briefly introduce Ashok. Ashok has been conducting our AI mentoring sessions for the last couple of weeks. He has over 15 years of training experience on Microsoft certifications, and he's an absolute wizard on all things Azure and AI. So please do make the most of this session with him. Today's session is on exploring object detection. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to Ashok. So thank you, Ashok, for joining us, and over
Thank
to
you,
you.
Nuria. Thank you, Nuria, once again for giving me this opportunity. So, guys, as you know, today's our session is object detection. So, actually, during the demo, we will have lot of waiting time for deployment of the different services. So during that time, we will discuss about the theoretical part of this service. Like what are the limitations of this service, what are the advantages of this service, how to use this service. So a lot of things are there that we will cover in the theoretical part. But before that, let's move towards our demonstrations and the Azure AI service. So first of all, guys, remember that to use any of the Azure service, you need the subscriptions. You need the subscription, and the subscriptions are actually free subscriptions are distributed from our sites. Okay, you may have the code or you may have the accounts where you will get the $100 credit. Okay, you will get $100 credit which you can use for your lab or your projects. Okay, and I have my subscription. That's why I have already logged into my portal. So once you have your subscriptions ready, you need to use that one to log into the portal.azure.com. And you see that we have Azure AI service. You can find it here. And since I have find it, so it is here. It is already pinned. So first of all, you have to search for the appropriate service. So I'm going here, and here you see this, there are different services listed. Different services listed. And so you can see all the services, those are listed over here. So if you search Azure AI service right over here, so you will see all the services listed, and you can need to select the one which you want to work with. Currently, we are going to work with the our custom visions. Okay, so we have our custom visions, computer visions. Now, so if we come here, now what we need to do is we have to create our custom vision. You can go from here, or you can also use computer vision. So up to you. If you go here, you have to select the options and then you can proceed with. But now I am going with my service. So I'm going with this. You need to create a resource group. This resource group is the container, is a logical container of the resources. Okay, this is how Azure manage the services. So you need to create your subscription, your resource group, and you have to define a name for your service. And the name must be unique, very unique. So I am going with a specific name. So I just took the first three character of create and the first three character of custom. Now, if I click here, it says this name is unique. Now, we need to select our pricing tier. F stands for free and standard stands for standard S0. So we are going with the F0, and I just click on the create. Now our deployment is in progress, and this process may take 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, I am going to open our another website, which is custom vision. So customvision.ai. Now you have to log in with the same credential that you have used in your Azure portal. So I click on sign in. Now what it is saying? Loading. Loading your project because it is under. Now it says deployment completed. and still here it is saying loading. You can also create your project right from here. Like you see, I logged into the Azure portal first, and then from there I deploy the service. And I am expecting to see that over here. Even if you want, you can directly log into this portal, customvision.ai, and you can create your project right from here. And when you click, now you will see you have to specify your informations. You see this? You have to specify your resource name, you have to select your subscription, you have to select your, you have to define your resource group. So what will happen when you create from here? The same thing will be appear or be displayed in our Azure portal. So you have possibility to create your project right from here also. So if I click here, so you can see that it is not discovered it. It takes little bit time. I'm again going to log in. And here you see this. If I click here, what it is saying? Deployment succeed. It is completed. Now, I close this one. I'm going to the resource group, to the resources. And this is the resource that we have created. But this is what? This is the predictions. So this is the project, Visual project. Now, this key and endpoint on the left hand side, you see. We need this. We need this later on. This is your API key. So we need this one later on. I will show you how to use this one. Meanwhile, I'm going here again and check. It takes little bit time. So I'm waiting for that, because here we have to create our custom vision project. Just wait. So let me check again. This is the default behavior, guys. Remember. So let me show you meanwhile that if you want, you can create it from here also. So here I say a name. So name must be unique. Okay, so I'm just defining. So select your platform, select your resource group, and you see this. What you want. You have to select your service, what type of service you want. Cognitive service, custom vision, predictions. So you have to select your service accordingly. You have to select your region where you want to deploy your service. You have to select your pricing tier, and then you have to just click on create resource. And you will see this resource in Azure portal as well. So going back here, to my resource group, see this, but we will work with this one. Okay, we will work with this one. So as I told you in the beginning that this lab has some waiting time. Because lot of processes it actually perform at the back end. So from one server to another server, it takes time to replicate. Still it is loading. Okay, guys, let it take its time. So maybe possible it will take 5 minutes. So meanwhile, we can cover our theoretical part also. Now, as the topic is object detection. So object detection, object detection, it is a form of computer vision service. It's a machine learning. Machine learning service, cloud based. That's why we call it as your AI. We actually trained our model. Here, what we do is we train our model to classify the individual instances. Individual instances in different images. So you may have different images, and object detection can detect the different type of images, individual images or the instances. Remember, this is widely used. Let me play one video. Just let me know once you whether you are able to hear the sound or not. I'm just playing this.
We can't hear any audio, Ashok.
Uh, uh,
You might have to reshare, like
okay.
stop
Just wait.
sharing and reshare with sound. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Not there, but I have audio sharing. Just give me.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Give me. Yeah. Mhm. I have shared the uh, computer sound. Include computer sound. Okay. Just let me know whether you can hear my sound or not.
Program was to get to a point where there was
Yes, we
zero
can hear.
traffic related
Yeah, thank
fatalities.
you.
Microsoft reached out to us and inquired about leverage.
Let me play it again.
The City of Bellevue is a high performance organization. We're constantly looking for innovative ways to advance projects that will result in a more efficient and safer street system.
The city of Bellevue was working towards this program called Vision Zero. The goal of that program was to get to a point where there was zero traffic related fatalities.
Microsoft reached out to us and inquired about leveraging our existing camera system to derive insights on how people move around our city and to address a major safety concern, road collisions.
Traffic related deaths are among the top 10 reasons for fatalities worldwide. So we thought this was a project that has a great technical potential and a huge social impact.
The way they would do it is they would manually send people to intersections and count how many things were happening. Now, this is not a scalable solution. It requires a lot of money, it requires a lot of time. With computers, we are able to do this much faster. It's very accurate, it's low cost.
Live video analytics is the technology that analyzes video at the real time that provides insights and help them make decisions and validate decisions.
It takes each of the frames of the video and it detects all the objects that are present. It sees what the direction of these cars is and increases the appropriate counts for these various directions.
Our team started looking at computer vision about a year ago and have been making the service itself more robust, making it more configurable so we can support additional scenarios and additional cities, and then driving the cost down. A lot of what we've done is figuring out how do we connect into the existing workflow that the city uses. The more we can feed our new data into their existing tool set, the easier it is for them to take advantage of it.
What's really exciting about the partnership that we're developing with Microsoft is the opportunity to leverage cloud computing, machine learning, and other technologies to drive insights on those close call situations of cars abruptly stopping or swerving, and then to engage proactively in a corrective measure.
Compared to the technology that's currently being deployed by many cities, I see video analytics providing a dramatic shift.
Customers around the world all welcome the idea and they all share the same type of business needs with us. So we do have true belief that this has global application.
Video analytics has created an opportunity to be able to do something that can potentially save lives, and people are willing to deploy everywhere. I can see this being used with smart cars or self-driving cars. We have opened up people's eyes of the possibilities. That's what we are after.
And guys, if you want to play this video again, I'm going to share the link in the chat, which you can use. No. Let's see. It should now come. Now, do you see this? What it is saying? Okay, create your first project. It shows that our project has been loaded here, like the resource we created from the Azure. Now, if we go here, and you can see. So you have to specify a name here. So as you see the video, so I said traffic safety, and we need to, like, you specify the description or you leave it blank. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. So I say object detection. Now, here you see the project. So this was the resource that we created from the Azure portal, and this is the one which we created from here, from the custom visio.ai site. So I'm going with the one which we have created before. And here you see this, there is two options. Object type is the classification or the object detection. So we are going with the object detection. And then we have the domain. So we are going with the default domain, which is general AI1. And we just click on the create object. Now, as you can see that the project has been created, deployed. Now we have a site and Microsoft has given us few images which we can use. So you can go to https and aka and ms, as you can see that. And here I will just change this one. So this is the site. And from here I want to download traffic images. And the same has been downloaded. I'm going here and what it is saying, add image and road safety. So it has downloaded. So I'm going there and I'm going to select all my images and I uncheck this image. Okay, guys, new image one, I have unchecked that one and I'm going to upload all these images. Done. You can see files I'm uploading. It's done. And now we need to create tagging. So I just selected this image and I'm going to tag this one. And I said, this is what? Cyclist. So we have to specify the name properly so that when your object or new object is detected, it will show you the correct tags. So I say cyclist. Done. Now you can see here my object is cyclist. This is also. Guys, look at the back side. Okay, there are objects, but those are very far and not that much clear. So cyclist, done. So we have to do it to train our machine. This process take few minutes to perform because we have many images. And as you can see, this is pedestrian. So it's not cyclist. Okay, so we have now two categories. So when you hover your mouse pointer over the image, automatically it creates that box, which if you want, you can resize according to your requirement. Now, so we have around 30 or 35 images. But it will use few of them for train our machine to detect the our images or the object in our images. If any object which has 5%, less than 5% vision in the image or occupy the image, then this model won't work. And you can see that in this image, there are two different type of objects. One is pedestrian, one is cyclist. So you have to do it one time before you train your machine. So you can resize. So we are almost done. And here you can see this is also different type of people or object. One is pedestrian and one is cyclist. There are three. Now done. Okay. So we have selected the regions and then we are going to close it. And if you click on the tags, you can see your all the images. Now you can see on the right, like here, we have the option to train our model. So we have to train our model after you tag your object. So click on the train option and you can see that quick test is disabled. And if I show you prediction, there is nothing. If I click on performance, you see nothing. And here are our images. So if I click on the train, quick train is there. Quick training. And just I click on the train. Now this process will take bit longer, maybe 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So in between this, we can discuss our some other important topics. So in our last week session, we covered our form recognizers. And today we are covering our object detection. And in our coming classes, we will also see image classifications. Okay. And these are what? Custom service, custom vision. As you see that when I click on the create project option, there was two options. One was image classification and another one was the object detection. And we selected object detection. Okay. So now object detection is what? It's a, you saw that we just tag. So sometimes we say object detection is much more similar to tagging, but there is a difference. Okay, here API actually returns the bounding box and it actually gives you the pixel related informations of the image, that how much how many pixels was found in any images which it has detected. Now, object detection, as you saw, is if for each and every images I apply the tag. So tag can be applied on any type of objects to identify the or identify in your image. And remember, object detection feature, it's kind of is a analyze image API based feature. So it's a part of analyze image API feature. Now, object detection help you, as you saw the video, and even I have shared the link in the chat. You can check that one. Help you detect the images, which help you faster analyze. So if you are thinking about managing the traffic more efficiently and quickly at a reasonable cost, object detection service, AI service, help us to do that. Many countries, they are working on smart cities. Even India, we are working on that. So if we are fail to manage the traffic, we cannot imagine a smart city. So traffic management is one of the key factor for smart cities. On the other hand, saving cost is also important. Object detection has some limitations also. Okay, it has some limitations also. Limitations like in the image, if the object size is smaller than 5% of the total image size, then it won't be able to detect the object. Now you see what happened. If your objects are close together, if the objects are close together, for example, a stack of plates, plates are placed together. So if you have objects which are very or kept very closely, then there will be a problem for object detector to work properly. Now you want to, like, there are different model of cars in the traffic, or there are people in the crowd, and your cameras capture the picture and you want to detect the brand of the t-shirt that those people are wearing. You want to find out the brand. Then object detection will actually not help you in that case. We have a service, brand detection service, which is a specialized mode of object detection. And brand detection actually uses database. And in that database, it's a like they have kept thousands global database, global logos, which our brand detection can detect. But object detection cannot. So let's switch back to our portal. As you can see, training, it's just once it is done, then it will take only 10 minutes to finish our or wrap up our this demo. But this lab takes little bit time first time when we do this. So Nuria, if you want, we can have a question sessions, question answer sessions. Meanwhile, it will take little bit time.
Okay, sure, sure. So students, so while this takes time, if you have any questions for Ashok, you can go ahead, raise your hands, and we'll get to you. Or if you want to post it on the chat, we can also answer your questions through
Now
that
it
if
is
you'd
done.
like.
Okay, well,
Okay, okay,
now
okay,
thanks. It
okay.
is done.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah. So hold on, guys. Okay, now you see this. It is done. What it is saying? 85%, 87% precisions or recall. So it is just now has been trained. Now, this is what? It is measures of the predictions. Probability. Now you see this here, probability threshold. It is on 50%. So if I move this one, %90. So what happened? Precisions 100%, recall become 87, 85, and now what will happen is now we can actually predict our objects. So if you scroll down, look at this. How many objects were there? Cyclist, pedestrian. If I click here, how many object it has used? Now, similarly, if I go back and click on cyclist, you can see, oh, sorry. But you can see that quick test is now active. It is previously it was grayed out. It was disabled, but now it is enabled. Now it is enabled. So we are on performance. Now we need to perform our test. So to do that, if I click on the quick test, specify the URL or browse the file from the local system. So I have intentionally left it blank or left it. I did not add this one in the beginning. I open this one and see this. Look at this. Threshold, go to 90% and tell me what is the status. So what it is saying? Prediction is shown in the red. It is 98%. It says that it is the cyclist. So we do not, I did not include this image in our, or I did not add it. So see, our machine is not trained to identify this type of images. So first time you need to add this one. This you have to create this type of tagging one with one image, and then rest it will do its own. Now we have publish here. This is all about, we are on the cloud. Here we have to specify a name. I click on the publish and I need to specify a name. So my name is traffic safety. Traffic safety, and select our predictions. Publish this and it will generate one key and the URL. So we have published, as you can see, it is published. Okay, publish. Now look at this prediction URL, and this is the URL and this is the key, prediction key. Now I am going to, I copy this one and I'm going to Azure portal. I have opened sale.azure.com and I have a, a directory here. A directory here, which I have added. I'm going to show you what is there inside. So now we need to actually use that URL here. So I'm going inside this, like CD AI demo. And if I say dir, there are few. So I have one script here. So I say code and I run this one. Now, here what it is asking you, this is your URL, prediction URL. So I paste it here. And now it is asking to use the key. So I copy this key and I paste this one. So now, after that, we have to save this file. So I click here and I have the save option. So I save this one. Now, once it is done, our application is ready. Client application. You can use any language you want. Now we are going to, I'm just going to close this one and going to run this script. So I say dot slash that's right. Sometime. Okay. Now, it is going to show us the image pixel it has. Now, look at the, I am defining one of the image number and see the number. I am going to change this one. So it pull the informations about the, like you see this, pedestrian. So you can actually use this tool for your projects if you want. Thank you, Nuria. Over to you. Hello, Nuria. Am I audible? Nuria? Yeah. Yes, I'm done. Hello, Nuria.
I think, yeah, Ashok, you're audible. I think Nuria is maybe on mute. You're
Yeah.
audible, yeah. Students, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask Ashok for next 2-3 minutes.
Hi, Ashok and Chaitanya. Sorry,
Yeah.
my net just dropped for a minute.
Oh,
Yeah, no problem, Nuria. Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
So I guess students, now we can open it up to any questions that you do have. I know we have run out of time, but we will take a couple of questions before. Ashok, I know there's one question in the chat from Kushveer, if you want to go ahead and answer that first.
which one?
The last one over here at 7:36.
Okay. Mean that custom vision AI, we train model here. Yeah, absolutely right. We train our model here. For if you want to go for custom classifications object or object detections, we train our model here in the custom vision.ai. You create your project and then you train it.
Great. So, Kushveer, I hope that helps answer your question. Any other students, if you have any questions, you can raise your hands and we'll get to you. Or if you would rather post your question in the chat, we can also wait a few minutes for that. So, Ashok, I think maybe like let's just wait like 2-3 minutes to see
Yeah,
if there's
no issue,
any
no issue. Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, no issue.
After the, yeah, perfect. So students
See,
don't, yeah,
and this lab took time, and I told you in
of
the
course.
beginning that
Yeah.
this lab has some waiting time.
Correct. No worries, no worries.
Yeah.
But students, now is like a great time to ask Ashok any questions as well. I think there's another follow-up question from Kushveer. If we can also train face emotion detections
Yeah,
through.
there are different services, AI-based services, and we have different portals, and we train our machines in different way. Okay, here in custom business, we trained our machines to detect the our objects. And in coming weeks, we will see how we use classifications of the object, and then you will see again. You will again, or that time even it will get more clear for you. Okay, yeah, we train our faces also.
Great. Students, any other questions that you might have? If not, we'll wrap it up. So I think there's a question from Aniket related to
Aniket,
the
the
web app.
stack, that is something different. Web app stack, web applications.
Correct. So Aniket, I think that is related to a different Azure service. Right now, we're focusing more on the AI services specific on image detection or object detection within an image, essentially. So Ashok, can you suggest any
Uh,
real-time projects?
yeah, see, as I play that video, and even I have shared the link. Okay, it is what? If you listen that video very carefully, you will you will understand that this is a real project. Okay, based on that, they have developed, or Microsoft has developed this tool. So you can use there. You can use, yes.
So, Sai Prakash, I hope that helps answer your question. Go through the video. There are a lot of different examples within this video that the Microsoft team has also put together. Especially as Ashok was mentioning, there's a lot of development happening globally around smart cities and the creation of smart cities, including in India. So there are a lot of real-time examples you can take from there as well. So do take a look at this video and seek inspiration from that as well. Great. Are there any other questions? If not, I know I do want to be mindful of time. We will then wrap up today's session if there are no other questions.
Nobody have any
So
question.
Aniket,
Okay, okay.
yeah, sorry. So, Aniket, to answer your question, we are conducting FRT office hours every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. So you can drop in at any time. Our evaluators are also on call with the rest of the team. So if you have any specific questions around your projects and how to develop a project using static web apps, they will be able to assist you on that. So you can join in our session tomorrow 5 to 6 p.m. You would have gotten a meeting invite link, and we'll also be sending out a reminder tomorrow. So you'll again have it in your inbox. So hopefully that should help you with your particular question. With that, I think we can close today's session. Thank you again, Ashok, for your time.
Thank you.
It was a very interesting. I learned a lot. I think it's a very interesting area right now with AI and through image detections. There's a lot you can do, and so students, I hope you're also taking note of this and thinking